about a Colt 45? Maybe not in San Bernardino. The city is moving to ban some types of beer and wine sold at markets. The city is taking aim at malt liquors and fortified wine sold in individual containers. Officials said these types of alcohol can cause drinkers to become drunk quickly, and the ban is designed to improve public safety. The ban includes beer and malt liquor in containers smaller than 40 ounces, malt liquor with a high amount of alcohol, hard liquor in small bottles. I personally am all for public safety, but if the law says you can drink, should the city of San Bernardino regulate the size of the container, Debra?
Absolutely not. You know what? You can't tell people what to do. The bottom line is these companies make these alcoholic beverages and the sizes that they do, and the stores sell them. It is their right to sell them, and it is their right for people to buy them, and it is their right for people to drink. Now, I don't think that's proper legislation. If anything else, if you want to say, okay, well, you can't drink on this street corner. If you want to make city ordinances, do that. But you can't make an ordinance on an individual. It is unfair. It is unjust, and it's illegal.
Boy, you sound like a Republican there, Deb.
I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm a non-drinker. I'm a non-drinker and I'm a non-smoker, and still I have to look at balancing what is fair for the individual in society. So if you want to make a city ordinance on street corners, if you want to make a city ordinance where, again, you can't sell it on Sundays, if you want to make a city ordinance, anything like that, I'm fine. But you cannot impose a city ordinance on individuals. It's unfair, it's unjust, and it's unconstitutional.
All right, so Ron, I know you've tossed a few back in your life. What do you think? Should they determine the size of the container you drink from?
Well, it's the kind of drinks that they're banning. It's absolutely racially targeted. There's a very large black population. Malt liquors are a favorite. It's a lot of poor people, so small units of beer and booze are all they can afford. Public drunkenness is against the law. Driving while drinking like DWP workers is against the law. Enforce the law. 50 years ago, we got rid of vagrancy laws because it isn't a crime to be a vagrant. It's a crime to commit crimes against people and property. And those are the laws they should enforce. This is absolutely racially targeted and totally unjust. Where's all those people lining up to boycott Arizona? Boycott San Bernardino, I say, if that's the way they want to play.
Give that man a 40 ounce.
And Ron, please don't think I didn't notice. You did take a little shot at the DWP. Don't think I didn't catch that in your commentary.
I can't help myself, you know.
All right, last topic. Let's go. If you haven't seen this, perhaps you've heard about it. Fan at a baseball game ran onto the field and was tasered by a police officer. 17-year-old Steve Convalvi ran onto the field in Philadelphia during a Phillies game. He thought it was funny. Not so much, though, when he was tasered and fell to the ground. He actually called his father and asked if his dad thought it was a good idea before he did it. His father said, "Son, I don't think I would do that." The crowd booed, but the police commissioner in Philadelphia has defended the action. Basically, you go where you don't belong and you get what's coming. Did the police do the right thing here, Ron?
Did you see that kid fall like a rock when he got hit? I mean, it was awful. You'd think he was dead, you know. I mean, it's so over the top. People have been running out on baseball fields. It's outrageous. It's annoying. It slows the game. But, I mean, to taser somebody for that, it reminds you of the days when Frank Rizzo, the law and order police chief of Philadelphia, was hammering everybody in town. It's just not the way to deal with these things. Baseball has enough troubles without sending a message that they're going to shoot you, you know, on sight if you do something wrong in the crowd. What happens to you if you boo too much? What are they going to do to you? It's so over the top. It's ridiculous.
But you know what? You shouldn't be on the field to play. You shouldn't. Years ago, I'm in Detroit, and my dad tells me a story about how somebody jumped over the boards at a hockey game, a Red Wing game. You know what the players did? Just pummeled the guy with their sticks because you don't belong there. I don't care if it's funny. I don't care if you were dared. I don't care if you drank too much. You shouldn't be running around on the field. What do you think, Deb?
No pun intended, Fred, but you knocked this one out of the ballpark yourself. I agree. Why is the light being shed on the police commissioner? Why is the light being shed on the cop who actually tasered the guy when he fell to the ground like a rock, which I happen to pee myself a little on that one, I have to admit. The bottom line is the light should be shed on people's behaviors, civil responsibility. I don't care if you're 17. You live in a society where you know better. Everyone sees rude behavior on the internet. Everyone sees rude behavior on television. Everyone sees rude behavior in society. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. What he did was wrong, and the light should be shed on his behavior and not on the police commissioner or anybody else. Do it
So
again.
we're going to taser people for rudeness now?
We're going to taser people for bad comments on the internet. We're just going to love that.
Well, that I might agree with.
All right. Ron and Debra, good job tonight. Good job. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
Thanks.